Ladies and gentlemen, we have hit September. This year is flying by. So the first thing I want to go over is the games on Sunday are early because it's travel day. The games on Monday are also early. So all these teams are traveling that played today to another state, another city, maybe another time zone. The good news is most of them aren't traveling very far, but this is something you really should note because, for one thing, the lineups might be kind of wacky. You might not see the usual guys playing. They might get a day off. So I would wait unless you have an app that, voids your picks, even if you pick them. But if you have FanDuel, please wait for the Monday slate, for the lineups to come out. You could really get hurt if you don't. So don't lose a parlay because, your first two hit and then the guy comes in and pinch hits like Yelich did the other day. And I apologize for reminding anybody about that. But pause the video, take note of all the teams that traveled. Probably one of the furthest ones, I haven't actually looked at how many miles everyone traveled, but the A's went to St. Louis, and they're already kind of struggling right now. So just keep that in mind. That's the only one I really noticed that's like kind of far, but anyway, we'll move on. Once again, this is my Discord. I'll put it in the description as always. We literally just chat all day. If you're bored, just come here and chat with us. And we don't even talk sports all day. We just talk about stuff. So if you need a friend, we're all here for you. We have a really big community. We have almost 500 people on the server. So just come and chill. And it's all free. Someone asked me actually today, he came in and said, is this Discord free? And I'm like, yeah, of course. I'm not going to charge anything. And also be careful of the scammers too. I also, people are getting messages from imitators that say Psycho Steve, that's my Discord name, and they're trying to send them links. Please, please, please. I probably will never DM you unless like you DM me first, so. We go to the slate. Also, soccer's on like a 2-week break, so I'm not going to obviously mention anything about soccer. I just do the international stuff. I don't do like qualifying things like that. Otherwise, I would have started with that real quick. So Miami is going to Washington. Andrew Alvarez is starting for the Nats. This is his first ever start. Now, we know Miami has struggled lately. Granted, Ramirez hit. The bad news is the wind kind of sucks specifically for lefties. I actually don't mind Miami because Alvarez is a lefty, so Ramirez looks really good here, and maybe even Hernandez. I think those guys are fine. Even Wagaman's fine. I know a lot of these guys are cold. If you want a decent long shot, Derek Hill, if he starts, once again, make sure these guys are starting. But Derek Hill has some power. He just doesn't hit a lot of home runs, but he definitely can hit them. So obviously I'd prioritize Ramirez and then Hernandez here, and then maybe go Wagaman if you want. I can't believe Joey Weimer is still in the leagues. I didn't know till yesterday. He was on the Mets, I think, for a little while, and probably some other teams. But yeah, either that or you could theoretically avoid this game, but I think it looks okay. The line isn't out yet. I don't know what the over-under is. But it's a great stadium for home runs, so I think it's okay. And then Morgan McSweeney, is he making his debut too? That's kind of wacky. Both pitchers are making their debuts. 6'4", 210. He's a big guy. They have a little stat versus lineup thing down here. I didn't see that. But yeah, the Nats are just so cold. Once again, if you want to go Wood or Abrams, Garcia, I personally am not going to take any Nats. The only one I'd really consider is Wood. Just go with the leadoff hitter, as we know I love. Except for Edwards doesn't hit home runs. So I guess if you wanted another long shot, you could take Edwards theoretically, but he's just not a home run hitter. As you can see here, he had 0 here, although he probably didn't play many games. He had 1 in 24, and he has 2 this year. He has 3 in his career, so just throwing that out there. But sometimes when I talk shit, they hit home runs. Let me check something real quick. Okay. So the Mets go to Detroit. Mania versus Charlie Morton. Let's check the weather. Once again, wind this time is blowing in from left field, so this is better for lefties. Let's see what we got here, Governor. Mania's a lefty. Obviously, Morton's a righty. Soto has really good numbers on Morton. I know Morton has played better lately, but we know who Juan Soto is, so he's obviously fine. You can take Pete if you want. Pete's kind of cold right now. I almost wouldn't even recommend him, honestly. But I like Soto. They pretty much have the same odds, too. And as I said, for today's or Sunday slate, the Tigers are cold, man. Mania hasn't been very good this year. Don't take Riley Green, please, for God's sake. He probably won't even start in this game. Once again, pay attention to that. They have a plus 500 right now because they're trying to bait you into taking him on FanDuel. But I think Torkelson would be okay. Ibanez plays against lefties specifically because he hits well off lefties, so you could take Ibanez. Actually, I'm curious to see what his odds are. He is not listed. Oh, 7. Wow, those are juicy. That's a really good long shot odds right there for Ibanez. And then Dingler. So basically, any of the righties are okay. Torres, he's pretty cold too, but I actually don't mind Torres at home. He tends to hit at home more than on the road, well, from what I've noticed. So, as always, for my priorities, we'll go Torkelson first. I actually will say Ibanez second, and then anybody else I mentioned if you want to give him a shot. Even like Baez could be a decent long shot, but he's been extremely cold. He's tapered off since his hot. When he was hot for a little while. And then Toronto goes to Cincinnati. Unfortunately, the Blue Jays get to face Hunter Green, who's a very good pitcher. However, let's check the weather. The weather kind of sucks tomorrow. Like, there's no wind blowing out. But this shouldn't really affect much, especially at this park. I don't think that's bad at all. And the temperature is decent, too. See if the odds are up for that game. Yeah. So Vladdy's the favorite in this game. He hasn't hit in a while either. He's cold. It's a good stadium. I wouldn't take Vladdy against Green. Green will probably strike him out a couple times. So I would go. Varsho hasn't played in the last few days, but obviously if he plays, he's going to be my number one J. And then that's probably all I would go. I think. Oh, I'm sorry. Bo Bichette has really good numbers off Hunter Green, and I have no idea why. That's just so random. He's 3 for 6 off him with 2 home runs. So I'm perfectly fine with that. You can take him. That's cool with me. If they have good numbers like that off of a starter in their early time seeing them, I think they're fine. Soto, Torque. Is Varsho listed? I think Varsho's got to be hurt or something. I don't know. I should probably look him up, but we'll watch out for it tomorrow. Wow, look at these odds. Those are crazy. Okay, so as far as Reds go against Bassett, I'll just probably say nobody. I don't. He can give up some home runs, and this is such a good park for home runs where I think it's fine if you take someone like, hey, Austin Hayes is actually kind of, well, I get confused between because there's 2 Hayes on the team, but I'm pretty sure Austin hit today. I actually think he'd be okay. And then Marte's right now my favorite red to hit because he's just, well, that and Steer's okay too. But anyway, Marte, Hayes, and Steer if you want any reds, but I probably wouldn't even bother with them. I would eliminate them. Boston has bad wind over the short porch. Well, not the short porch, but the short wall. I don't like this game. This is bad. This is not a good game. Anthony hit off a lefty a couple days ago, but he has bad numbers off lefties. Maybe Ref Snyder, but I'm just going to avoid this game. Bello's been really good lately. I wouldn't even try, especially considering how bad the Guardians have been recently, and now they're traveling. They're going to be tired, so I don't think it's worth it. Okay, then the White Sox go to Minnesota. We got Bryce Wilson versus Bailey Ober. Buxton once again showed up on a Sunday. I don't know what's with him and Sundays, but he likes hitting on Sundays. So it looks like the weather is actually not bad. Looks good. I think we just stick with Montgomery, obviously. I mean, he's literally the only White Sox. Well, I mean, Sosa's okay. He hit today, too, or he hit on Saturday as well. So I think, or Sunday, I'm sorry. Jeez. Losing track of my days. My work weekends are very long. I worked 11 hours today. But we'll go with Montgomery as always for number one. Just be on the lookout if he doesn't start for some reason. He hasn't been starting every day. And then I like Sosa. I think those are fine. But if it were just me, I'm only going to take Montgomery on the White Sox in this game. I'm not going to bet Sosa. See if the odds are up. Negative. In the Red Sox game, the odds are crazy. These are like, they're really trying to bait you here. Like a Quan at 1,500. So be really careful here. They're doing this for a reason, like I've said in the past. Of course, I like Buxton. I can't not like Buxton. He's one away from 30 home runs. He's at his career high now in home runs. So he's had a really good year despite being hurt too. So he could easily have 40 home runs right now if he was healthy all year. I think here you just go with Buxton, and then if this is another example of like I would only take Buxton on the Twins, but if you want the usual Wallner or Larnack, I'm okay with it. And yeah, let's just see. I don't know anything about, their pitcher isn't even listed on here. So it says undecided, and Ober's given up 27 home runs, by the way, which is a lot. Let me see if I can see this guy's numbers real quick, just so we're all on the same page here. 0-2 with a 7 ERA. Oh, he's pitching 19 games? Oh, he's only started 5 games this year. This will probably be a bullpen game for the White Sox. So I probably wouldn't recommend Larnack or Wallner unless you're hoping they hit at their first at bat against this starter. If anything, maybe live bet them later in the game, but they might just toss some lefties in there, which will render them useless. So not useless literally, but because they could still hit a home run. But it's just a lot less chance of them hitting. So stick with Buxton because he's matchup proof, and then I think we're good there. Now we go. So this has been a 4-game series, the Angels and Houston. So obviously nobody's traveling here. I still don't really like this. The Astros offense at home is just atrocious, and they just make me mad. So I wouldn't take them. I also don't know who Luis Garcia is. This is probably going to just be like another bullpen game for them. Oh, he hasn't pitched since 2023. Holy cow. So this guy hasn't pitched in a long time. He did give up 23 home runs in 2022. That was in 28 starts. 19 here. I mean, he's actually not that bad. I mean, overall, these numbers are pretty good. I'm gonna just say avoid this game. I don't like it. Also, Ward got carted off the field. He smashed his head into the fence. Freaking look painful. I hope he's good. I know. That's just he probably won't play, is what I'm saying. He might not play for a little while. He could have a concussion, so I hope he's doing good. But yeah, I just think you avoid this game. If you want a name from this game, I'm gonna go Kikuchi. Does he give up a lot? I feel like he actually does kind of give up a lot of home runs. 21. Not really. Let's see if any of these guys have faced him, just so we know if like anyone has like absurd numbers off him. Altuve has terrible numbers off him. Alvarez has good numbers. It is lefty. But Alvarez is also kind of bad now. So we'll just say this: if Ramon Urias plays in this game, I don't know if he's even playing right now. I'll let you take him. I'll approve. And then I'm just gonna say I just feel like Christian Walker is gonna hit one for no reason. He does have really bad numbers off him, but I'm going to stick to it. Christian Walker will hit a home run on Monday. All right. That's not a guarantee, by the way. All right. So the Athletics go to St. Louis, so they travel pretty far for this game. Sonny Gray is also a good pitcher. He does have his struggles, though. But considering how bad the A's have been recently, I'm going to say no to A's. I'm not going to take any. I what I'm getting at here is with all the travel and the short turnaround time to play a game in the early afternoon is be very careful with the slate. Don't go heavy on the slate. There's one game we can go heavy on, and I think we all can see it right here. But yeah, be very careful with the slate. I said it on Sunday, and Sunday was pretty bad. So just sometimes I know what I'm talking about. I know I'm saying this in hindsight because I know kind of how bad Sunday was, but sometimes I know what I'm saying. I also gave someone like a 6-leg money line parlay and it missed by one. So dang it. Where are we again? Yeah, once again, wind blowing in. I don't like this stadium also for home runs, so I think we say no. We say no to this game. It's an easy pass. Also, Wrigley has bad wind again. Frick. I hate how just every game at Wrigley right now is bad wind. I think Harris is okay here. I actually don't mind Olsen or maybe even Baldwin. Like prioritize the lefties. Actually, Profar would be fine too. I think the overall the Braves could be okay here since they are playing better. And Baldwin hit a home run Sunday, which kind of sucks because it could hurt our Horton rookie of the year thing. He's the runner. You know, they're playing each other this week. You know, that'd be cool if we see Horton versus Baldwin this week. Actually, that'd be interesting. Now that I think about it. Anyway, so I'm gonna say my favorite Brave is Olsen, which is really weird because I don't like him this year. But we'll go Olsen and Harris. And then Profar's okay. I'm bad at picking Profar, so if you guys want him, feel free. And then we'll just say Baldwin. But Ray will give up some home runs. Let's see his numbers real quick. Atlanta Braves. Jake Fraley. That's hilarious. Olsen has pretty good numbers off. I didn't even know that. Cool. So there you go. I picked my favorite Brave that I picked has really good numbers off him. Go figure. I'm serious. I had no idea. So go with Olsen and Harris and Baldwin and anybody else you like. As far as Cubs, I mean, I'll be honest here. Strider is terrible this year, which I never thought I'd say in my life. So I'm okay with some Cubs, even though they just don't know how to hit a baseball anymore. Here, how about this? I won't like Bush because maybe he'll hit if I say that. You guys take Bush. I don't like Bush. Cough, cough. Hap, maybe, if you want. I'm okay with it. He hit a couple days in a row now. But yeah, let's check real quick. See if any Cubbies have faced him, which I'm sure they have. No, not many. So, not a good enough sample size to, like, judge anything there. But yeah, I guess overall, I just don't really like the Cubs. But with Strider's struggles, and the Cubs are actually favored in this game, which honestly, and I'm not saying do this, but I think the Braves are going to win this game. Maybe. No, they're not. I lied. They're traveling. They're actually both traveling. So Cubs, I'll think about. If I like any Cubs tomorrow, I'll put it in my YouTube comments and my write-up on Discord too. So be on the lookout for my write-up on Discord. Join my Discord. It's free. Everything's free. I don't charge anything. If you want to give me $5 for a coffee, that's up to you. All right. So the Phillies go to Milwaukee. Walker versus, I don't know how to say his name. I think Schwarber and Harper are good here. I think that's fine. I think I'm just gonna go with them. The usual Phillies. Prioritize Schwarber, of course. And then for the long shot, I usually just say Kepler, and that's where I'd go. I'd say that. And then I apologize. I think we just have to keep taking Bryce Terang. He might not hit Monday, but he could hit Tuesday. He could hit. This guy he's a beast right now. So we should take Terang. We should also probably take Yelich. Oh, I closed. Why did I close that? Uno momento. Let's go down to Walker, because Walker's had his struggles in his career. He's better than he used to be, but at one point he was serving up meatballs like it was nothing. So Vaughn actually has good numbers off him, and like I thought, Yelich. So I'm gonna say Yelich for sure. Vaughn, I'm gonna leave up to you guys. I don't like him right now. He's just gotten way too cold. So I don't think it's worth trying to guess him right now, just to like throw money at him just because. Maybe in a parlay, if you're just trying to throw a parlay together, I think it'd be fine. But I wouldn't put a single on him right now. So go with Turing and Yelich. And then if you like anybody else, feel free. I would probably say Contreras too. I'm cool with that. So the Giants go to Colorado. So this is easily my favorite game on the slate. Also, the Giants are coming, traveling from San Francisco to Denver, which is not very far, I would imagine. I don't know how long the flight is, but I'm okay with this. And the Giants' offense is just so hot right now. I think we have to take advantage here at Coors Field. So take anybody you want. Obviously, my favorite is Devers, and then Adames, and then Chapman. I think Lee is okay as a long shot. Let's see if they're... I actually want to see the odds. Yeah, Lee's plus 700. He's usually like plus 1,000, maybe 900. I don't know, kind of guessing. But any Giants are in play. I am going to consider taking at least 4, which is just the main 4 that I mentioned first. Wait, did I? No, I didn't mention Ramos. Ramos, Devers, Adames, Chapman. And then I'm going to think about if I want any others. I'll probably take Matos because he's been pretty good lately. I don't know if I'll take Lee, but if he's leading off, I might consider it. So these are the ones I like the most. I'm going to check them all off, those 4. And then this kid, I don't know anything about him, but apparently he's not very good, but either are the Rockies. So Mickey Moniak is not even listed. I guess he must be hurt. They have no lefties listed. That's actually really interesting, which is fine. So I guess we just go the usual Goodman and Doyle. And then you know what? I might throw a few bucks on Warming. He's due. Yeah, my guy's due. Another thing I'm going to do with the games like this and with a hot offense like this, take them 2 home runs pregame. Don't wait and say, should I live bet them again? Just already have the bet in. Put $5-10 on 2 home runs, and you already have the action still alive. If Devers hits his first at bat, the action's still alive for a second home run. Like he did today. He didn't hit 2, but he hit 1 on Sunday. So that's what I do in these types of games. I don't take 2 home runs for every single player, but I will in a game that I really, really, really like. Also, I do not like live betting home runs. You have to understand, if a guy hits a deep ball off the wall, that doesn't mean he's going to hit a home run as next at bat. I see that a lot on Reddit. I don't know where that came from. Somebody had to have started that. And I have no idea what that means. Because if a guy sees a different pitcher later in the game, they're going to see completely different pitches. And it could be a ground ball pitcher for all we know. Like it honestly doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know where that came from. And I don't know how to change it. But hopefully someone will listen to me. So yeah. I don't know. I've never thought that in my life, betting home runs. I never thought, oh wow, he hit a deep triple. I'm going to take him next at bat. And then he grounds out to the pitcher. Like, what's the difference, Anyway, enough of that rant. So, Goodman and Doyle. And then if you want any long shots, I think Burnable, maybe Farmer's fine. But yeah, don't go crazy on Rockies. They're just not a good team right now, obviously. Let's see. Baltimore goes to San Diego. Another park I don't really like. Kyle Bradish for Cease. Baltimore actually looked okay in San Francisco recently. It's kind of a tough one. They're just a tough team to call. Bradish for Cease. Baltimore. Yeah, Mountcastle's only hit off him as a home run, but he's 1 for 11, and I bet that was probably in Baltimore too. I'm guessing, but so this is just not really ideal. I'm gonna avoid this game. I don't even really want to look at the stats. I already glancing at it. Yeah, even the over under is 7.5. The weather It's already a bad park for hitting. The weather sucks. The wind's blowing in. So yeah, let's not pick this game. Bye bye. Bye bye game. Bye Bradish. So let's move on from the Mariners to Tampa. As we just saw on here, the wind is blowing in straight in the center. That's something we should maybe monitor a little bit. It is a later game, so you can wait on this game. I mean, I'm okay with you plugging in some guys into a parlay if you want, but and it's a very good park for home runs, as we know. This could be a good one to take Cal for 1 and 2, like every game. And if your app offers it, maybe for, who cares? Try him for 3. Maybe not this first game, just because they're traveling. And where are they traveling from? They're not traveling from home, are they? No, I don't think so. So I want to make sure they're not traveling like super far. Pretty sure they're on the road though. Yeah, Cleveland. Cleveland to Tampa. So that is actually pretty good travel, but at least the game's a little later. But yeah, be careful with, I guess I'm just saying be careful with all the travel here. But if you just want to just pretend like nobody traveled and you want to do the normal stuff, just take the usual guys, take Suarez, because this is such a good stadium. You can almost take anyone. You can take Polanco, you could take Julio, Randy hit one on Sunday. So I think that's fine. Who's pitching? I didn't even look. And Shane Baz has been pretty bad this year, so anyone really here is in play. I'm going to say my favorite is Cal. I mean, that's too obvious, but we'll just say Cal and Suarez. And then honestly, it's a tie between Randy and Julio. They're kind of both not very good right now as far as home runs go. So we'll go that route there. Oh, it also says 40% chance of participation, so it might rain. Precipitation. I don't even know what I just said. Tampa is facing Castillo. He's a good pitcher, but he does give up home runs. So I do like Brandon Lau. If you want Josh as a semi-long shot, I'm perfectly fine with that too. I know a lot of people are mad at Cam for not hitting a home run this weekend, but stick with him. He's got 39 home runs. I'm not gonna be mad if you take him. And then I always say this, but I do like Diaz when he goes home. So I'm cool with Diaz too. Junior. Oh, Diaz has the same odds as Josh Law. That's actually really interesting. There's below. Yeah. This is another park where you could take them pregame 2+ home runs as well. I'm perfectly fine with that. So Colorado and Tampa, and I would say Sacramento, but apparently no one knows how to hit 2 home runs there. All right, so the Rangers go to where I live in Arizona. Cool. Patrick Corbin versus Nelson. Nelson's actually been really good lately. I don't know. It's interesting because the over/under is 9.5, but I don't really feel that good about this game. Let's see the numbers, just because I'm wondering why they like this game so much. Texas. All right, so Heim has a home run off Nelson, Langford, Peterson. Peterson he played for the Diamondbacks, I think, last year, so he's at least familiar with the park. Garcia's been struggling. Yeah, I just don't really like this game that much. Marte has really good numbers off Corbin. If you trust Marte, go for it. I mean, I'm not going to be mad at you there. I know Carroll's getting kind of hot, but just keep in mind this is lefty-lefty. So, and Carroll can hit lefties. I'm not saying like he can't, but he has 22 off righties and 6 off lefties. So it is a really big difference. Although he has been hitting them late in the games. He hit 2 late at Dodger Stadium. But Dodger Stadium is also a much better hitter park than Chase Field in Phoenix. So keep that in mind too. So, as you can see, Marte is the favorite in this game. And I don't really blame him for those numbers. I don't mind him. I think he's fine if you want to take Marte. I know he's been super, super cold, but I think he's fine. All right, so that's just a rough list. I wouldn't, I'll do my write-up on Discord. I'll have to do it early tomorrow. I work early in the morning on Mondays. I'm at work at 7 a.m. So I'll have it out. I'll have it out pretty early. I'll plan on releasing it. What time is the earliest game? 10:05 my time. That's my time. So I work at 7. So I work 3 hours before the game starts. So I'll probably have the write up around 8:30. We'll say, give or take. Because I want to wait for as many lineups to come out as possible before I do it. I like seeing all the lineups before I do my write up. Okay, so let's make a little parlay here. I think this will be fun. Really good looking slate. Or it's a good looking slate based on some of the matchups, but we do have to be very worried about the travel. So I want a giant, obviously, in this thing. Obviously, Devers is like the given, but you don't have to go Devers. I think the pitcher could be afraid of him. I almost think Adames is a better play in a parlay. I think both of them could hit a home run. I'm not saying don't pick Devers in a single, but I think, okay, we'll just go the safe route for now. So we'll do that. And then we will go to... The only thing scaring me here is the wind. I don't know. And it's possibly going to rain. Okay, let's do this. I'll post it once again as a comment. And then I'm also going to post the all my top picks on my Discord. And then I'll also post the parlay and everything on Discord, on my YouTube, blah, blah, blah. So it'll all be there. I'll figure it out. I don't want to sit here and like waste your guys' time. Plus all the games aren't up on here. So I'm going to wait a little bit after I publish the video and then I'll make a comment. So don't be like, what's your picks? You know, I wait for the lineups to come out. I don't pick right away. So just keep that in mind. And then I think we're good. Football's coming up. Pretty excited for that. We were already talking about it in Discord today, who we think might score. Funnily enough, because they're doing this promotion on FanDuel for first touchdown and last touchdown of this game. And I looked at when they played the Cowboys last year. In the second game of the year, the first touchdown was the Philadelphia Eagles defense. So for that promo, that would have paid fat. And if you bet it, it would have paid fat. Because you can bet that. I like betting. I like betting defenses to score. It's one of my favorite things to do, actually. And plus 500. They're plus 2,000 they're plus 3,000 for first and 2,000 for last. I actually think both those are pretty good because Dak likes to throw the ball away. Anyway, we'll talk about football Wednesday night, the day before. I don't have as much to say because football is football and it's way different than baseball. I think analyzing baseball makes more sense than football. So that'll be it. I don't think I have anything else to say. All right. Y'all have a great Monday, Labor Day.